to experience breathtaking range of live performances given by RCM students, ranging from symphony orchestras through to chamber music performances, masterclasses to fully staged operas, all giving our students the opportunity to work with exceptional artists, this year including Vasily Petrenko, Sir Thomas Allen, Yuzha Wang, Chloe van Soesterstede, Raphael Payari, Joe Hisaishi, and Maxim Vengerov. Creativity has continued to sit at the heart of college life, and I've been dazzled by the imaginative range of new work created by RCM composers that have extended to collaborations with the Natural History Museum, Rambert School, Royal College of Art, not to mention the exceptional annual showcase performance created and curated by our Composition for Screen master's students. Many of you have been superb ambassadors for the RCM outside of the college. This year, performances have taken place at prestigious venues, including Wigmore Hall, the Royal Albert Hall, Aldborough Festival, and as far afield as Sydney, Helsinki, and Vienna. And of course, I remain immensely proud of the work that students have undertaken as part of RCM Sparks, the college's community and schools program that inspires the next generation of young musicians and harnesses the unique power of music to support those less fortunate than ourselves living in our communities. Thousands of young, aspiring musicians from all backgrounds have benefited from the inspiration RCM students have given them, encouraging them to progress on their own musical journeys. And of course, all of this speaks directly to the college's founding principles of access, advocacy, and excellence. When describing the RCM to someone unfamiliar with conservatoires, the best description I can find for the college is to call it a creative music laboratory. Primarily, this is led by the culture we've together created that values research and innovation and an inquiry-based approach to performance and composition. The RCM is the UK's leading conservatoire for research, and throughout your studies, you will have had the opportunity to engage with our research programs, including the Centre for Performance Science, a partnership with Imperial College that expands our understanding of performance science and creative health. Beyond the value this work holds for enriching our offer to support students, it also has wider societal impact. And I'm delighted this summer, for example, that the RCM is hosting an international conference which will advance understanding of how music can support parental well-being. All these achievements reinforce my belief that our students and alumni are the finest ambassadors and advocates for the RCM, and I cannot thank you all enough for everything you've done to contribute to the bright future of the college. But now, what about your future? I'm guessing there's probably a heady mix of relief, excitement, and perhaps uncertainty bubbling away inside you all right now. Some of you will already have chosen a path to continue your studies, others to forge ahead with establishing a career in music and music education, and there will be some of you who choose to embark on a career in a field other than music, perhaps as yet unknown, which has led me to ask myself, what does a successful modern-day RCM graduate look like? Well, you won't be surprised to hear that I don't have a simple answer for you, but perhaps I can offer up a few reflections which you might wish to mull over in the coming months. Firstly, always remember that by dint of your presence here today, you have already developed a unique set of skills and disciplined work ethic that is in demand throughout the music industries, but indeed within all professional bodies. The American author Robert Collier's quote that success is the sum of the small efforts repeated day in and day out will doubtless resonate with anyone who has practiced a musical instrument or honed their craft for 20 plus years. And it's important to remember the skills you've mastered whilst here at the college are both transferable and universal. Secondly, success is not a destination. It is instead an unending journey involving lifelong learning, which allows you to continually nourish your own curiosity and to challenge yourself. In a world that moves at a rapid pace with an increasing range of demands for your attention, it's important not to get distracted and instead focus on what's important to you to become the best versions of yourselves for the benefit of others. And thirdly, always remember you are not alone. You are joining a community of 19,000 alumni, representing an extraordinary range of careers in the music industry and spanning the globe. As an RCM graduate, you have access for the next 5 years to the resources and professional development events promoted by our very own Creative Careers Centre. I strongly encourage you today, if you haven't done so already, to sign up to our Creative Careers Centre and alumni mailing list so that you can keep in touch as part of this valuable community. So as many of you know, prior to becoming director of the RCM last year, I spent 17 years running London orchestras. Looking back on this period, it is quite frankly remarkable to reflect on the significant changes that the profession has seen and the unrelenting pace of change that continues to propel forward today the performing arts. Much of this change has to date been driven by external factors, including reductions in public funding, advancements of AI technologies, and shifting societal norms and demographics. We have seen in the past few years music organisations challenge and even fail, whilst others have flourished in this new climate of opportunity. As a result, the career portfolio of any professional musician working today has extended well beyond their primary specialism for performance or composition, and now embraces education, commercial music, technology, and healthcare. Whilst uncertainty has always been an underlying theme of the performing arts, there exists now, I believe, a great opportunity for music to play an enhanced role in education and society. This will require from all of you courage, entrepreneurship, leadership, and creativity to shape this future and ensure that classical music remains a thriving artistic ecology. The digital strategist Ray Goforth reminds us that there are only 2 types of people who will tell you you cannot make a difference in the world: those who are afraid to try themselves and those who are afraid you will succeed. But on the plus side, it has been very refreshing in the last decade to see the old hierarchies of what constituted musical success dismantled. Many musicians enjoying a fulfilling and arguably richer career as a performer, a creator, a teacher, and an entrepreneur. In an age when music education in schools remains under threat, it's incumbent upon each of us to engage and use our talents, not only for the concert platform or studio, but also to inspire and bring joy to others, whether they be in schools, community centres, or healthcare settings. This requires a concerted effort to view this work not as an add-on to your careers, but as a requisite role that we must all play to lead and nurture a musical ecosystem that gives both joy and comfort to people and provides a point of unity and hope for global society. Before concluding, I would like to pay tribute to the hundreds of RCM colleagues who have supported your education here, including our professors, administrative, facilities, and support staff, whose indefatigable dedication to our students and passion for the Royal College of Music knows no bounds. In particular, I'd like to extend my sincere thanks to Nicholas Sears, who after a distinguished 18-year career at the helm of the RCM's Vocal and Opera Department, has decided to step down this year to pursue new opportunities. Nick leaves a faculty at the height of its powers and with a legacy that sees RCM alumni singing in opera houses around the world. And last but certainly not least, I would like to extend a special thank you to your family and friends who have unstintingly cheered you on for so many years. Today is also your day. Graduands, you are about to become alumni of one of the world's great conservatoires. I offer my own personal congratulations to you all as we now turn to the conferment ceremony. In addition to those present, we celebrate the achievements of those graduating who cannot be here today and are watching online. Their names are scrolling across the screen for those watching our live stream. The head of postgraduate programs, Professor Mark Bowden, will now read the list of those receiving postgraduate awards who are present today.
The following postgraduate students have been admitted to and awarded the degree of Master of Performance of the Royal College of Music. David Paul Eric Afzelius, Rasmus Stoyer Anderson, Robin Anderson, Sophia Bagulio. Catherine Bannister, Cara Batley, Theodore Elon Bojar, Lucas Gabriel Boardman. Sarah Helena Bullstadt, Zoe Burset Rasmussen, Matthew Bottaro. Lily Mo Brown, Simon Carter, Xuan Xin Chen, Yu Wei Chen. Xiao Ming Chung, Marlon Chevrolet Knupfler, Isanan Chotirod Niramid, Adam Clayton. Uchina Cohen Shah, Lily Dye, Catherine Georgia Davis, Susanna Davis. Theodore William Day, Ray Dung, Will Duerden, James Emerson. Catherine Farndon, Wu Fei, Jia Yi Feng, Charlotte Faulknell. Elizabeth Foxley, Alexandra Francis, Xing Tian Guo, Elizabeth Gung. Aisha Goodman, Maureen Han, Wen Lan He, Philip Leonard Hyder. Rihanna Henrique, Pau Hernandez Santa Maria, Christian Hoddenot, Chan Chan Su. Ya Chiao Huang, Thomas Hutchinson, Anthony Yip, Zhe Kun Chi. Xu Young Jia, Zheng Jiang, Claire Wan, Eleanor Kershaw. William David Kidner, Lachen Kinghorn Perry, Julieta Pergola Kunik, Ming Xian Li. Yi Yao Li, Peng Lei Liang, Xiao Lin Lin, Yi Zhe Lin. Song Song Liu, Zhen Liu, Zhe Meng Liu, Yu Dan Lu. Francine Mass, Oliver Manning, Nathan Mansell, Isabella Marslen. Isla Mascarenas, Sarah Matovich, Benedict Munden, Maggie Murphy. Ayane Nakajima, Owen O'Gorman, Laura Bacall, Jane Park. Erica Patterson, Madeline Perring, Jasper Perry, Annabelle Pizzi. Callum Robb, Joel Alexander Robson, Samantha Rowe, Lizzie Russell. Salvador Sanchez, Sam Shear, Edward Simons, Wilhelms Patricks Skabardis. Kieran Smith, Ezra Starr Escobar, Thomas Stone, Natasha Tirza Sutanto. Cecilia Maria Tena Garcia, Pena Charte, Leif Zay, Carlos Villa Contreras. Beatrice Volent, Sir Yue Wang, Yi Han Wang, Emmanuel Webb. David Wheeler, Emily Ann Wishart, Feng Jung Ju, Kaishan Ypsilantis. Zhe Yu Zhou, Hao Ming Ju, Ting Jun Ju. And that concludes the conferment of taught postgraduate awards.
In March 2021, the Royal College of Music announced RCM Accelerate, a scheme to support graduating students launch their careers. RCM Accelerate, run by the RCM's Creative Careers Centre, is intended to support graduating students and help kickstart a creative project, social enterprise, or business idea, or develop an existing initiative. The scheme is intended to reflect the RCM's ideals of an inclusive, open, and just society. When you hear your name, please come to the stage. This year's recipients present at this ceremony are Oliver Manning and Laura Pachel. Each year, the college awards a number of prizes, many of which are awarded on the basis of competitions. In addition, the RCM also awards special prizes. At this ceremony, I will announce the winner of the Queen Elizabeth Queen Mother Rose Bowl. Further Accelerate winners and recipients of special prizes will be announced at the graduation ceremony taking place later today. When you hear your name, please come to the stage. The Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother Rose Bowl was donated to the college by the late Queen Mother. The Rose Bowl is awarded to students who have brought great credit to the college, not only because they have achieved great success in external performance and competitions, but because they live out the RCM's values. The recipient of the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother Rose Bowl 2025 is Meggie Murphy.
Graduates, distinguished guests, director, members of council, ladies and gentlemen, it's my greatest privilege as chairman of council to say a few words at graduation, because it's always a very special moment in the life of our college. It allows us first and foremost to celebrate the outstanding success of all those graduating in person or in absentia, and to offer heartfelt congratulations. Our pride in you and your shining achievements is as heartfelt as it is boundless. It presents an opportunity, with that inspiring report from our director, to reflect on the last 12 months and to look forward to the challenges that face us tomorrow. And it gives me a chance to thank all those who make the RCM such a special place and who work so hard for it all year round. Now, today, of course, is Independence Day in the United States, which brought to my mind something President Roosevelt, there was a real American president, who once said, with his customary eloquent turn of phrase, he remarked, "Each 4th of July stands as a tide mark in the flood of time by which to ascertain the advance of the human intellect. That's a wonderful image. And for this great college and all those who pass this way, graduation is just such a tide mark in the flood of time at which we can chart your success, your advancement, and the contribution you personally have made to the life of the RCM, making it a place as rich in its magnificent diversity as it is in the genius of its musicianship. This magic of the college is the sum of your personalities and talents. You're its beating heart, and you are what make it so special. And this is indeed your day when the future beckons as you pass, in the graceful words of the novelist E.M. Forster, through the gates to the glorious and the unknown and into adventure and sunshine. Whether you are leaving us or coming back next year, always remember today as a pinnacle of achievement as you step through those gates into adventure. But it's not just your day, it's the day for some very other important people too. As our director said, we also give profound thanks to your families and friends for the support they have given you during your time here and the vital role that they have played and continue to play in your lives, shaping you, encouraging you, applauding you, and today taking the utmost pleasure in your success as, with them, you look to the future. And for those of you supported here by an award, we thank those generous philanthropists who made that possible and who also, from afar, celebrate with you. As well as congratulating all of you on your successes, it's my opportunity to thank those who've played such a vital role in the life of our college this academic year. And what a year it has been. Being the #1 conservatoire in the world 4 years running, an outstanding achievement, hasn't just happened by chance. It isn't ordained in the stars. It has happened because of years of conscientious hard work, audacious vision, abundant loving care, and unrestrained sheer graft to get here. And so many people have played a role. I pay exceptional tribute to all the very special people who teach at the RCM, many of whom are here today. They make us the world-class institution we are. They are an inspiration to us all, the finest possible ambassadors for the college and the greatest proponents of the importance of music. Equal thanks to all those who make this complex institution run so smoothly. Those who raise the funds to support the scholarships from which so much talent is nurtured and which allow us to continue to invest in our surroundings, who market our successes and our message on a global stage in a highly competitive environment, who manage the registry, who run the box office, who tend the estate, who curate the library and museum, who work in the cafeteria, who keep us safe and secure, and so many others. They're all crucial to our success and to the quality of life here, and we will never take their work for granted. I'd like to pay particular tribute to our director, James Williams, who is completing his first academic year at the college. With his distinguished background in the profession, he's brought immense energy and creativity to the role, spending time and taking immaculate care to get to know every aspect of the heartbeat of this college, as well as the members of the wider RCM family and the philanthropists who make so much of our work possible. We're extremely grateful for his leadership. And my profound gratitude too to all my colleagues on the RCM Council, a number of whom are here today. They are an integral part of the RCM family I mentioned just now. That's the army of volunteers who make this place so special, giving freely of their wisdom, their expertise, and a great deal of their time. They have an unyielding commitment, as strong as steel, to enhancing the student experience. My debt to them all, and in particular my tireless deputy, Cathy Clark, whose support and sagacity is immaculate, is boundless. Now, one incredibly important colleague on council is Layla Hooton, our SU president. Layla's powerful voice, championing students with great energy and vigour, is a vital one in all we do. Council's highest priority is the teaching, welfare and experience of students. And it's Layla and her colleagues who hold us to account on your behalf. Her comments are always insightful and straight to the point. Her questions probing, not least on the issue of practice rooms, and always listened to with the utmost care and attention. Layla, I'm delighted that you've been re-elected, and we look forward to working with you next year. Graduates, music is my life's passion, but I'm also at heart an historian. And from time to time, I therefore like, for reassurance probably, to cast an eye back to the past, because it can often help us glimpse the future a little more clearly. And that's why I was struck reading the words of the distinguished former RCM director, Sir Hugh Allen, when he addressed graduates like yourselves exactly a century ago, almost to this day, in the summer of 1925. It was a time, still in the wake of the horrors of the Great War, of great optimism and energy. It was the roaring 1920s, but also of enormous, unsettling technical advance. Life so certain for so many centuries was becoming increasingly complicated. And this is what Sir Hugh had to say. In the kind of lives we live nowadays, with 1,000 impressions daily, where before there were but 10, with a range of experiences always extending outwards, with new theories crowding in on us, with old landmarks disappearing, with all this to contend with, it does seem more necessary than ever to hold fast by certain things and ascertain our position in a world in which orientation becomes increasingly difficult. The answer to that, he concluded, was to hold fast to music, and above all to this college, a place where, he said in a handsome phrase, we find minds which illuminate everything and blow the cobwebs away like magic. Well, a century on, his words seem as relevant, indeed as highly charged as ever, because yes, old landmarks are disappearing. Government commitment to the arts, the cornerstone of our liberal democracy for generations, has evaporated. Public funding for music and the creative economy is under serious strain. Copyright, the bedrock of creativity in all its forms, is seriously and shamefully threatened. Our ability to travel and perform freely in Europe has vanished. Music in state schools is in precipitous decline. All those things we once took for granted are under threat. The landmarks Sir Hugh talked about are gone. And yes, orientation in a world of so many experiences is more and more complex, with the profound impact of digital technology on creative life and the exponential growth of AI, which brings enormous threats as well as life-changing opportunities. Of course, it's not just here at home we have to contend with so many challenges. Across the Atlantic, Philistinism has taken hold, with the assault on academic freedom, on universities, on independent media, and on the arts by a US government, who have combined that with a ruthless attack on belonging, diversity, and inclusion, which is viscerally important to all of us, because we know how important it is to the creative spirit. Shame on them for what they are doing. So in so many ways, life has never been so bewildering and disorienting for musicians, which is why we have, in Sir Hugh's words, which echo down the century with even greater force, to hold fast to what we believe in and fight for it. We must fight for it because music is too important to leave to the whims of politicians and passing ideology. Music is humanity's greatest achievement. Its only universal language, the beating heart of our history and our civilization. We have to protect it and ensure it grows and flourishes. And that is a mission which is now going to be entrusted to you. Because today, as you graduate from the finest conservatoire in the world, you become part of the future of music, its custodians and guardians. 200 years ago, Daniel Webster, US Secretary of State and one of the foremost jurists in 19th century America, spoke to graduates such as yourselves with this direction. And let now the sacred obligations which have devolved on this generation and on us sink deep into our hearts. The great trust now descends to new hands. Well, it's the same day because we need you to share in our own sacred obligation to secure the future, to ask you to go out from here and be advocates and ambassadors, not just for this great college, but for music. Put the case passionately, explain its importance, not just as an art form, but to our economy. Make sure wherever you can, you promote the cause with those in positions of power or influence. Tell them why music must flourish and what needs to be done to ensure that. Sustained public funding, free movement for artists, and copyright protection. And they will listen to you because they will see the passion in your eyes, as I do today. The great trust is given to you, and it couldn't, I can see, be in safer hands. And that's why, despite all the short-term challenges we face, I'm so optimistic about the future, because you're part of it. Because of your ability to harness the awesome power of technology, but making sure it remains a servant of music and the creative spirit, not its master. Because of your commitment to our precious, fragile environment and to building a sustainable green future for the generations of musicians to come. Because of your commitment to shaping the industry with belonging and inclusion at its heart, with your visceral understanding that music is at its strongest when it is at its most diverse. Because of your commitment to the global power of music, creating a truly international future, and in particular one in which we again proudly take our place at the heart of Europe. That is what being a graduate of the RCM is all about, and that's why I know the future is not just safe, but full of hope and opportunity. It's what that colossus of 19th century literature, Walt Whitman, meant when he wrote, "Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose." Whatever open road you take, whatever path you choose, whether you're returning next term or leaving for pastures new, know that we will be watching you and your careers develop with the greatest pride. Know that you will always be a cherished part of the RCM family and draw strength from that. Know that the future of music is now in your hands, and please protect it lovingly. Graduates, the most profound congratulations to you all, and the very best of luck in everything you do. Thank you very much.
Hello, class of 2025. I know you have been sat down for a long time already, so I will keep this short and sweet, a bit like me. I know you've all heard this many times today already, but I would like to start by congratulating you all on graduating. Graduating from any conservatoire, not least the Royal College of Music, is a huge achievement. I know from personal experience the major ups and downs that conservatoire life can present, and also the dedication, hard work, and resilience required to study at this level. You should all be hugely proud of yourselves. I can assuredly say that it has been an honour and a pleasure to be your SU president this academic year. I really do hope that you will be leaving the RCM with lots of fond memories of being a member of the RCM Students' Union during your time at college. I thought I might share some hopefully helpful insights that I have gained working as your SU president with other conservatoires' SU presidents and as a musician 1 year after graduation. Whether you are entering the industry or going on to further study, your life is going to change after graduation. This may seem daunting, but I would urge you to have the confidence to embrace this. You came to the college to find out who you are as a musician. Whilst losing the routine of college life might seem scary, you now have the chance to build your career and voice what you want to say, whether that be through music or through other means. Stay true and always believe in yourself. Change may be hard, and working life may not always be easy. It is hugely important to make sure that you take care of yourself. Take time to enjoy your hobbies and build a support network to help you through this. If you are feeling alone or struggling, remind yourself that the people you are sitting next to today will have had or will have similar experiences to you and understand how you are feeling. You would not turn them away should they come to you asking for help, so do not be afraid to reach out to them. I can honestly say that as SU president, there have been times this year where I have been hesitant to ask for help. I worried that people might think I was not coping if I did. I can see now, however, how unnecessary this was, as my experience was quite the opposite. Our friends, family, and colleagues are more than happy to help. They have been where you are now or might find yourself in the future. My final insight is that the music industry is now constantly having to adapt to survive, and it is a very different environment compared with even just a couple of years ago. Being a successful graduate comes in many shapes and sizes, whether it be working as a freelancer, an educator, a promoter, a marketer, an administrator, a manager, or working in a field that is not related to music. The list is endless, and it is important to take time to remind yourself of this. Competition is high, and feeling like you are not achieving enough can be common. But remember, you have all graduated from the Royal College of Music, and this is an incredible achievement in itself. Do not forget that you are all already hugely successful. There is no denying that we are all living in politically tumultuous times, and that this can appear scary and difficult to navigate. However, to quote Bernstein, music, because of its specific and far-reaching metaphorical powers, can name the unnameable and communicate the unknowable. I'm sure we can all agree that music is a universal language which can move anyone and everyone, even if they see the world in a very different way to you. So, as graduates, it is our job to build a welcoming and kind community in the creative arts and remind each other of how music is key in building bridges and bringing joy. We need to fill this world with lots of love and care and, of course, good music. To finish on a positive note, no pun intended, let's have 3 cheers. So, 1 for your teachers and staff here at the college. Hip, hip. Hooray! 1 for your supportive families and networks. Hip, hip. Hooray! And most importantly, 1 for yourselves and all the hard work you have committed over the past few years. Hip, hip. Hooray! Thank you.
Thank you, Layla, for those rousing comments to finish off. I think a 4th cheer for you as well. So that concludes today's ceremony. We look forward to seeing you at the Amaryllis Fleming Concert Hall in a moment or two to continue the celebrations. If you could please kindly be upstanding while the platform party leaves, and if you can sit back down again, the stewards will show you where to go next. Many thanks.
Thank you.